Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we'll be taking a quick look and unboxing of the Kershaw OD-2. Stay tuned. I've been threatening to review this knife ever since I reviewed the OD-1. The OD-1 is a very popular knife designed by Lee Williams. It's known for that flipper you can see right there, and it's a great EDC knife. Really nice. But this thing costs $45, so I'd consider it mid-range. And for a lot of people, that's too much for an EDC. So you can opt for the slightly smaller but much cheaper OD-2. So let's go ahead and do an unboxing and see what we got. Well, actually, I do want to just show off the packaging real quick. Packaging, I like it when packaging has a lot of information. You got the model number 1770 CKTX. It's your OD-2. OD-2, by the way, stands for overdrive. I didn't know that until I went online and did a little research before I did this review. You have the blade, length, weight here, and flipper, pocket clip, liner lock. So a lot of good information here, and you have your warranty stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and I'll be right back. By the way, today's unboxing was brought to you by my Cold Steel American Lawman. If you notice, it looks a little different. Earlier today, I went ahead and stonewashed this blade. So I think it came out perfect. I really like the way it came out. I left the thumb stud black. It sort of brings the handle together with it. I'm very happy. And look at that edge. See how that shines right there? That's from a Edge Systems, I think it's called Edge Master Edge System. I don't know, but it's a paper wheel right there that polished that edge. So it's super sharp. I really love the way this thing came out. Because the one thing I don't like about a lot of the Cold Steel knives is the Teflon finish, because it comes off fairly easy. So this takes care of that problem. Getting back to what what I'm supposed to be going over today is the OD-2. We have protection so we don't hurt ourselves while unpacking this. So as you can see, there's some information there on the blade. Since you're looking at it, I can't read it. So let me take a look at it. It's the model number and the type of steel and the designer, which is Lee Williams Design. So it's a pretty small knife, actually. Where's my OD-1? And we can sort of do a comparison right here, and you can see how the blade design is exactly the same. It's that same type of thin drop point. It is a hollow ground straight edge. Just like the OD-1, there's no sharpening choil, which I tend to like. Tip up carry. This one you could switch back and forth. This one you can't for the clip. So let's go ahead and zoom in so you can get a closer look. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over some of the specs on this. It is a flipper, and let's go ahead and try that flipper out. You can see how that little flipper comes out when it is closed, just like the Big Daddy here. The knurling is a little bit different. I'll let you see the differences right there. And one day the cameras will focus. So the knurling is a little more aggressive on the bigger OD-1 than the OD-2. And let's see how it flies out. And it comes out nice and fast. I can't complain there. And it is brand new. Ooh, got my hand a little bit. Since it is small, if you have big hands, make sure you clear that blade before flinging it out, because I nearly cut my hand there. So if you have big hands, be careful with this knife. So anyway, this is a flipper. The steel, this is another difference between the OD-1. The steel here is HCR13 MOV. That is kind of a step back from the Senovic 14C28N that you get with the OD-1. Just like I said earlier, this is a drop point. It's hollow grind. You got a little bit left here up on the spine so you can clamp on your sharpeners and not have to worry about the blade moving inside the sharpener. This is a liner lock. That is another difference between the bigger brother here. The OD-1 has a frame lock. This guy has a liner lock. Now the liner is right where you want it to be out of the box. It's a little to the early side, but well behind the tang of the blade there, so that's very good. And let's go ahead and check lockup. Lockup is very tight. There's no play side to side or up and down, so very good. Let's look at the scales here. The scales, the texture is not super aggressive, but it really doesn't need to be with such a small knife. But it is glass-filled nylon. Again, this is cheaper, so as you can see, a lot of the parts of this is the cheaper, lower-end stuff. But I mean, you know, the steel is not too bad for and I'll go ahead and give you the price now. For a $15 to $20 knife, HCR13 MOV is pretty good. It's equivalent to the 440B, so not too bad. And you know, the glass-filled nylon or GFN is okay. You know, it does what it needs to do. It's strong enough to handle everyday's life and everyday carry. But it is a step down from the G10 that you get with the OD-1. Actually, the OD-1 has G10 only on one side, and then you get the 410 stainless steel on the other side, which is the frame. And they do that because of the frame lock. You do get the pocket clip. You can see the pocket clip's a lot smaller. But, whoa. This thing... I'm going to show you what my finger looks like after I try to do this. Ready? Man, that thing is tight. That thing got a death grip. That might be kind of too tight. That's not good. The clip is way too tight. Let's see what's next. The blade length is 2 1/4, which of course is smaller than the OD-1, which is 2 5/16. So it's just a hair under 3 inches. The weight on this thing is very, very light. It's only 1.4 ounces. So if you're looking for a small EDC that weighs next to nothing, this is it. You know, this is for light use. I would not do any more than this. This is a dainty blade. You don't want to go crazy with it. You know, you could do your unboxing and you could pick your teeth with it and, you know, do life's small chores with this. It can get you out of a car in case of an accident. It can definitely cut seat belts. It's big enough to do that. Don't be trying to baton wood with this thing, please. Now I do notice that the clip can be switched over to the other side. So again, it's tip up carry, but it's good for left or right-handed. Very good. Now I see a con right now. No lanyard hole. You can see that the bigger brother, the OD-1, does have a lanyard hole. This guy does not. And I did already mention it does not have a sharpening choil right there. So when you sharpen this knife, you have to be careful not to bang the shoulder here against the side of the stone. You'll ruin your stone and mess up your blade. And the last thing is it's made in China. So, you know, that's how they got this so cheap. I do notice this is a partially open design. So you do have a liner here about halfway, and then it's open the rest of the way. So that's enough to, you know, be able to get in there and clean all that pocket lint out. So this is tough with large hands. You really got to be careful that you don't cut the meat of your hand here while you're opening it, because you can see how that is crossing over into it and how dangerous that could be. So please be careful if you do decide to get this and you have big meaty hands like me. Let's quickly do some questions and answers. I have been getting a lot of questions about this clock right here that has the LCAR Star Trek display. This is a Sony Dash. It can, you know, show all kinds of things. There's like probably hundreds of clocks you can download to this thing and show, and it can do all kinds of other things too. It's it's similar to the Chumby, if you know what that is. If you don't worry about it. But this is probably getting phased out really soon anyway, so they might be pretty hard to get, but if you do come across one, you probably be able to get it pretty cheap. So I thought it'd be cool, and of course a lot of people out there think it's cool because I get a lot of remarks about it. I have some mail here. I know someone's going to recognize this. I'm going to wait till I get a couple of more things before I open that up, because I don't want to do mail call in every video. But I do appreciate it. I hope you know that I appreciate it. And I want to show you something else I've been working on most of today. And I've had so many people ask me about, you know, let me back up a little bit. I have the box of truth, I have the plate of truth, but some folks want me to try to figure out if you know, oil, gun lube, is slipperier than other gun lube. So I'm trying to devise something. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm putting a lot of work into this gizmo, and this is going to be called the Ramp of Truth. So it's not done yet, but it is pretty colorful and it is pretty heavy because these rails here are steel, and this is a plate of steel, and this is a plate of steel. Shuttle. I'm going to call this the shuttle. Those of you who are on a carrier will know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I have a stopwatch down here, and let me make sure it's reset. And I have like a little lever here that'll hit the thing to make it start going. And when you hit it again, it will cut off, and it'll give you a time, and I'll reset it. So the idea is that when I press this, I'll have something rigged up where this will drop when I hit the button at the same time of turning this on. I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. And then it would come and cut off. Now, it's not perfect yet. You can see it did not cut off there. Maybe I need to take this out. Let me reset. And, you know, I'll figure out a fixed angle here. So I would press the button. It would release, and then it would cut. And it's not working now. See? So I got a little bit of work here to do. I got a little bit of work to do to get this right. I can see what's going on right now. So let me see if I can whoops, figure this out. Oh, all right. Boop. And now it bounced. See? So I got a little bit to work out here. But you'll probably see this when it's all done in a couple of weeks, and then we could go ahead and see if there's any way to differentiate between different oils, if we could see if there's a difference in the amount of slipperiness between them. If not, then this is a very expensive failure. So let's get back to the OD-1. So do I recommend it? Yes, I recommend it. It's a outstanding small everyday carry if that's what you're looking for. The reviews online are between 4 and 5 stars out of 5, and I tend to agree. It sucks that there's no lanyard hole, and it really sucks that this clip is so tight. I wonder how tough it is to get in and out of your pocket. Actually, it's not that bad. So even though it's tight, you know, if this were aggressive G10, you probably wouldn't get it in and out of your pocket, but because it's a smoother glass-filled nylon behind this powerful clip, it's fine. So if you really like those flippers and you're looking for a small EDC, the Kershaw OD-2 is for you. And I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. That's right, a 9 out of 10. Really, really good. For the unbelievable low price of like $15 to $20, you really can't beat it. Kershaw's a pretty good company. So, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, and subscriber. Got that out. And I hope you have a great evening. And I will see you Friday. Take care.